What's up guys, welcome back to Tech Phantom, and this is the Google Pixel 7 smartphone, which is one of the best smartphone which you can buy for 60,000 rupees, or the best flagship experience. After this is a Samsung Galaxy S21 FE. We also did an in-depth review of this smartphone, which we'll talking later about this smartphone. But first, let's focus on our today's phone, which is the Google Pixel 7. Should you consider buying this smartphone? So without wasting any further time, if you're new here, then do consider subscribing to our channel Tech Phantom and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update from us. So let's get started. The very first thing which we'll be talking about this smartphone is its build and design. The design of this smartphone is indeed inspired by the years of Google Pixel 6 series of smartphone, which we have also seen in India as a Pixel 6a. But this is indeed the flagship smartphone from Google after Google Pixel 3. Now, which makes this smartphone even more special from the Google, and considering this price segment to be launching at 60,000 rupees, with a card discount, you can get this smartphone for just over 53,000 rupees in India with HDFC Bank card offers, which you can get right now on the Flipkart. I'll also mention all of the details in the link in the description below. Now, apart from that, the very first thing as the design of this smartphone, apart from the build, it is a glass and metal frame, and the similar camera visor is being seen on this smartphone, which we have seen earlier in the Pixel series smartphone. Apart from that, this time it is more of a symmetrical one, and now this color of this smartphone right now is the lemongrass, and it is a bit of a dust magnet. I would not say that this smartphone is a fingerprint magnet, but it is indeed a dust magnet smartphone, and it do catches dust very easily if you are someone who uses phone without case. I've been using this phone for the past week for without a case, so indeed there is a lot of dust in this smartphone. Now, the front of the smartphone comes with a bezel-less design, but also you get a bit of a chin at the bottom. Well, if there was no chin in the smartphone, that it would be a very better thing, or the very better thing, as we have also seen this thing in the Nothing phone one, where there was no chin in the smartphone. But having a minimalist chin, you will be getting used to it over the period of time. Apart from that, in the smartphone, from the built-in design, it's a pretty solid deal. The next thing which comes about this smartphone is its display. It's a 90Hz of AMOLED display, which is a bit of an odd, as we don't find any of the other smartphone manufacturing coming with a 90Hz of refresh rate in the price bracket above 50,000 rupees, or even close to 40 to 30,000 rupees. Now, almost every smartphone manufacturer is giving you the option of a 120Hz of high refresh rate. But considering this phone as an exception, the display is indeed a smooth one, and just over 30Hz you can save if you want to go to 120Hz. In the Google lineup, then there is Google 7 Pro, which cost 85,000 rupees as of MSRP. Well, apart from that, the refresh rate of the smartphone is a dynamic, so you can choose between the refresh rate to be set at 60 or at 30 FPS, which makes this smartphone even better option. Now, talking about the battery life of this smartphone, then it comes with a 4300 mAh battery, and you don't get a charger inside the box. Well, the battery is a 4300 mAh battery, and I was easily able to get a day of a usage with this smartphone, considering the 4300 mAh battery overall. So it's a decent battery life, I would say, but not that great. You can expect to be of a couple of days of battery life in this smartphone. But what you also get is a Type-C to Type-C cable and a converter too in this box. But the charging speed could have been improved against the market standards, and it's 30 watts, so it's a bit of a slower side of a charging speed. But the Chinese manufacturing are taking it to a next level, even to the 120Hz of faster charging speeds. Now, it's a Google flagship smartphone, and it comes with a 50 megapixel of an improved main sensor, which supports OIS, and you can shoot up to 4K at 30 FPS. A 8K video, if you are someone into shooting into a 8K video, then this might come into a bummer for you, as there is no 8K supported in this phone for video compatibility. Apart from that, there is a second sensor on this smartphone, which is a ultra wide angle camera, which is of 12 megapixels. And you also get a front camera of 10.8 megapixels. Now, the shots on this smartphone is indeed one of the best shots which you can consider, as a portrait mode and even in the single photography. But if you are someone into videography, then this smartphone is not for you, as the cameras does lags and in the exposure, and sometimes it doesn't sit properly and into the video mode too. Well, I'll also be sharing the samples. You can check out the samples from this photo phones cameras in the portrait mode and even the videography. So do wait and check for that too. Now the next thing about the Google's Insights old phone for the Google Pixel 7 is comes its performance. The performance of the Google Pixel 7 is, and the under the hood there is a Qualcomm Snapdragon. No, it do comes with a Google Tensor chip, its own goddamn chip, and it's the Google Tensor G2. Now this chipset is being very much built on the basic architecture of the Snapdragon 870, which is quite a couple of years ago, but still it is one of the most stable processor as we have seen in the recent years of a Qualcomm history, which is not a bad deal again, considering how good the Google software and AI game is playing its game, and it does feel a very much good in hand. Well, what you also get with the performance is that I've also tried playing some of the Call of Duty games for around half an hour on this smartphone. I'm not at all a good gamer, but indeed the gaming performance, it doesn't disappoint me, and it was playing a decent games. Now I've also done the phone's throttling, CPU throttling test, and with the throttling test the results were sometimes a bit of a quite surprising. The phone did lag after the mark of the around 5 minutes, and the peak performance was not maintained in this smartphone in the throttling test, and the phone was even getting up to 40% down at the mark of 10 minutes and 20 seconds. We were almost the end of this throttling test, so it was a bit of a bummer. But in day-to-day usage life, if you are not at all a heavy user, or if you are someone into more of a photography, then this mode is recommended. But if you want to do a bit of a give this phone to its peak performance, and if you are a power user, then this smartphone might not be the best choice for you right now for this Google Pixel 7. Now the main question which comes is, should you consider buying this smartphone? Now there are basically 3 reasons why you should consider this smartphone, even consider buying. First of all, it's its camera module. The camera of this smartphone, if you're into photography, then it's one of the best camera setup which you can get right now in a smartphone, and not even the best setup, but the best software optimization in terms of photography. And apart from that, the second reason which comes is its Google owned software tricks and tricks. We will also cover them too. The second reason why you should consider buying this smartphone is its software tricks and tricks. There are certain limitations such as the background blur or even the unblur photos optimization in its Google Photos app, which are exclusive to Google Pixel series of smartphones only. And the third reason which you should consider buying this smartphone is its software upgrade. Now we know that Samsung has been playing very good with its software optimizations and everything, but right now, considering this is the software manufacturing is bringing their own smartphone, you will be getting faster Android updates in this smartphone. And recently Google has also announced that it will be providing up to 4 years of a major software upgrades in the smartphone of the Pixel from the Pixel 7 series of lineup, and you will also be getting 5 years of security or the Android security patches in this smartphone. Now, considering the smartphone, it's a good buy if you are into photography, but if you are someone who is into a power user or want to use this smartphone as a daily driver into the gaming or something, you are more into the gaming sections, then this smartphone is not the perfect choice for you right now. Well, apart from that, the other phone, if you're not willing to stretch your budget for over 50,000 rupees, then under 50,000 rupees, we also have the Samsung Galaxy S21 FE. Now this is one of the best smartphone under 40,000 rupees. It is right now available for 40,000 on Flipkart. So you can also give this phone a second try right now. I've been using this smartphone since the Flipkart's Big Billion Days sale launch when it was available for just for 32,000 rupees, which was the best price of this smartphone till now. Earlier, before that, it was selling for around 50,000 rupees. But right now for 50,000, we have the Google Pixel 7, which is the better overall deal compared to the Galaxy S21 FE. Now, what do you think about this video? Give this video a thumbs up, thumbs down based on your opinion. And this was our very first face reveal video of the Tech Phantom channel. And if you enjoyed it, comment it, subscribe to channel Tech Phantom, and I'll see you the very next one. Thanks for watching. Peace out.